It's going to be a really good match. Jan Gaming still on their winning streak, Crisis. That's the big thing out of this. And Valiant eSports. I think that was the grand final matchup of last week's a big one, wasn't it? Yeah, am I right or wrong?
Crisis, turn your mute off, dude. They can't hear you on the stream.
Graphite taking the ball, pushing into the corner. There we go. Players. All right, here we go, boys. So, pushing down. Sorry, guys. We'll be just having a bit of troubles with Crisis. I'll take this away as we're... Woo. Yeah, that's what I'm just saying. We're having a bit of trouble with Crisis, so I'll take you into this game at the moment. Schmeeble in the middle. The boys just grabbing around, still on the donuts as Sifo Orion just pushes that back. Aerial coming from Graphite, ground to the corner and cleared out by Jam Gaming. So just a bit of defensive play from the boys. Jidge having a bit of a push around. It'll be Nugget that shots the ball, and a shot off from Didge. Schmeeble will pick that and get that out of the goals for his team. So the boys still trying to set up a minute and a half down on the clock into this first game. Best of three. Crisis, are you with us yet?
I am indeed. The rule is if the light starts flashing, don't ignore it, change your batteries. And that's exactly what I've done. So apologies for that, ladies and gentlemen. Each week on the big one, we find another thing that I can screw up as we see nice little aerial joust there. Schmeevel wins it in the end, clears the ball away. And the ball now flying over to the orange zone with Valiant eSports. A little bit of a chip on their shoulders, Biza, coming into this match because they lost that grand final in the previous week to Jam Gaming, and they'll want to take it back and go up against whoever's going to win between Sequential and Molotov.
Am I right in saying that Nugget's a new player for Valiant eSports?
Yeah, so they picked him up during the week, and yes, Reva usually is the third player. So Nugget's the super sub, and let's see if he makes the difference. A ball from Nugget, in fact, it goes just high, hits the crossbar, and Didge clears it out for Jam, turns the pressure onto the blue zone. Schmeevel up into the air, Biza carrying the ball forward, he passes it over to Graphite 47, but the build-up is disrupted by Orion, and the ball back in the midfield.
Back in the midfield, drops it down. A defensive play coming from Jan Gaming, but it's high aerial ball at the moment as the flight comes to Schmeevel. It's a perfect placement, just hits the top, it drops.
Wow, that had Orion beat as well. He just didn't have the angle on it, and in fact, he gets a clear out, but puts it in such a way that Nugget, who was lurking in the midfield, boosts forward, gets a nice angle, and beats the defender. And that is a 1-0 for Valiant eSports. They are on the pathway to getting their revenge.
Definitely indeed, Crisis, as Jam is still holding their donuts. And hopefully they can get one here and try and force this back into the 1-1 score, take it a draw, or even go into overtime. A bit of flying ball coming from the boys. That is just sent it out there. Graphite will pick the ball up down to the corner. It's crossed over but cleared out by Sifo.
Oh, long range shot goes above the crossbar. The rebound, Sifo smacks it and gets it back onto the crossbar. And a goal goes begging now. Graphite 47 flying through in the midfield, carries the ball forward, sets it up in the midfield. Oh, Nugget and Graphite miss the ball, don't put it away. Didge clears it out, and the attack back into the blue zone. Biza, that was an opportunity to go 2-0 up. That went completely begging.
Yeah, most certainly did go begging there, Crisis. They've got to really capitalise on, take the first game here tonight and just sort of go, you're not going to have the advantage over us. game action at the moment. Ball's sitting in the mid as Graphite pushes over. Just a shout out from the Twitch chat. Apparently, Reva's having net troubles, and that's why Nugget is in playing tonight, Crisis.
Well, actually, I think Reva does tend to have problems in at least, I think last week he had a DC, so things are difficult. Well, as I wonder about that, Schmeebel takes the balls with both hands and sets the double onto the board.
Yeah, lovely shot. Might be the handing that Jam Gaming have been waiting for.
Yeah, Jam still no reply so far, as they had a really strong performance against Nvidia's formerly Dinner Time, but they've had no answer so far to the attack from Valiant Gaming. A goal each to the new boy Nugget and Schmeebel, and now it is in fact a goal for each, a complete smorgasbord for Valiant eSports. Schmeebel, Graphite 47 and Nugget putting one away each for their team and doing a great job of securing a 3-0, 11 seconds going, Biza, and it is time to regroup if you're playing for Jam.
Yeah, it's a strong start by Valiant eSports. It's probably what they needed after last week's close start in the competition and not picking up the grand final. Sippo will try and have a shot at the end, trying to keep the ball off the ground. So that first one going to Valiant eSports, 3-0, the scoreboard, Crisis. Good start by that team, Jam Gaming. Well, will they be losing this out and not reaching a grand final tonight, or will they potentially push through?
Well, that's the big question, boys. As I ready up, I am ready for the next game to get itself going. Valiant eSports setting themselves a 1-0 lead. It is a best of 3, so this is do or die now for the boys from Jam Gaming, and I'm sure that they have the mettle to take the game or take the match to a third game, but they've got to get past that the Valiant defense, because all game long it's been all match long it's been nice and secure.
Certainly has. We're in the second game here, Crisis. Live action as Graphite takes a shot from his defensive half. Does get cleared out by Dig, so the boys are straight into the action. Going to set up with a boost. Nugget will push as well out of the defense. Jam Gaming really need to pick up this first goal if they're going to be a threat here, Crisis.
Well, that's not going to happen. The first goal goes to Graphite 47, who takes a long-range shot. He is not even on the midfield line, knows that the ball was on target. We don't even get to see it on the replay because he was so confident. He knew he had the angle and the distance right. So we're into the game again. Pressure now on Jam Gaming. They've lost the first game and they are 1-0 down, Biza, and everything to play for right now.
Still plenty of time in this match, Crisis. They could get the potential goal as Dig pushes this out. It's floating over to it. Oh! I don't know how Ryan got to touch that.
Beautiful touch. It gets up into the air. He goes up. It's missed by one of the defenders of the Valiant eSports, and that is the opportunity. That's all he needs, just to get a little touch onto the ball, change the angle, get it in. He has the centering duties. Doesn't get a touch to the ball. Schmeebel gets the first there, and now things are looking a lot better if you're in Jam Gaming's camp. It is at least a 1-1 at this stage, but it is not going to be enough, Biza, to secure them that third game that they desperately will want to be going to. They've got to score another goal.
Well, at least they're off the Jam Donuts, so it'll be really good for them. They are 1 goal, as you say, Crisis, and it's just a bit of defensive work from the Valiant eSport boys. Jam Gaming putting a lot of pressure on Jitch. Will try and get it centered. Orion's too far out to even have an effect on that. Will back for another center. And this will be a potential clear from the Schmeebel as they push very aggressive. Crisis. It is stuck in that corner.
Yeah, the ball sending up a little floater there for Orion to get up and get the defense on. He follows up with good disruption in the corner there, preventing another cross. And now he's going to lurk in the background, looking for a cross from his own team. He'll be screaming to Dig to get the ball over. But the disruption coming through, and a soft touch from Nugget right at the end there. Really not so soft. The ball was flying after that defense, and in fact he carried it through himself and beat the defender there, getting the 2-1 for Valiant eSports. They're back in the lead.
There's not much you can do when you go for an attack and straight away it's countered with the rebound. You cannot get back for that. No, it doesn't matter how pro you are, even if you're Kronovi, you cannot get back for that. It was just one of those plays that gifted them a goal.
Yeah, you could see Nugget boosted all the way across the field to get there, and he just got to the ball to get the final piece of angling onto it. So, yep, he was ahead of everybody else at the start of that race, and he won the race as well, maximum speed. Of course, there's no such thing as a car meta in Rocket League, so it's not like you can choose a car that is more agile but a little bit slower, or a car that is fast in a straight line but isn't able to, doesn't have as good a turning circle. All of the cars are exactly the same. So if you're out of position, Bizer, you're going to get punished, or you are in a position to be punished for it.
Yeah, indeed. I honestly thought that different cars would have done difference to it, but now you're teaching me something new, Crisis. That's how newbie I am with this one, guys.
There are like really small differences. I think Venom is one of the cars where there is a difference that even though it is small, it is significant enough, and I can't remember exactly what it is, but they have talked about, I was watching Kronovi the other day, and he was saying that he would love to play Venom, but the car is just not a good car to play in. Someone in the Twitch chat can maybe enlighten us as to why there's a shot that goes from Jam Orion. It's above the crossbar, though the action has been going on this whole time, and actually I don't know what happened there.
I will cross here because I can give you some insight onto the cars. They do have different hitboxes. They have the same speed, yet they do have different turning circles.
Shot off, sorry there. Nugget will push that through as a high aerial ball. Just have a look on that replay. Graphite's trying to get up, but Nugget, lovely. What a good sub for the boys of Valiant eSports. Made a bit of a difference tonight. I don't know what happened to Crisis, but you got carried away, mate.
I'm there. Yeah, we had a minor technical hitch, and people got to see what my start menu looked like for a moment there through some random key pressing that happened. So we're 3-1 at this stage, and things are looking very tense for the boys of Jam Gaming. The ball sitting up. Jam Orion, it finally comes through. It sat for an eternity in Rocket League terms. He came all the way from his own goal. He couldn't believe his lovely touch there. Almost beaten by the touch of the defender, and they have clawed themselves back within one game, one goal, Bizer.
After Nugget being the hero of aerials, he actually absolutely hate the defense of that and actually put it into his own teammate's goal. Geez, that would have been nervous for him.
Safa with an opportunity. It's defended by Schmeeble. Very well done, but pressure still on the orange zone. Again, a cruel crossbar touch by the ball for the boys of Jam. They are peppering the goal right now. They just want to get that equalizer. Time running out for them though. 35 seconds remaining. Nugget with a little bit of dribbling in his zone. It's dangerous though. Sifo comes through and puts the ball away. Beautiful play there. It is 3-all.
Hashtag spread the jam. That is Jam Gaming putting all the pressure on, as you just said there, Crisis. About about a minute worth of pressure. That's all it takes. There's 30 seconds ticking, so there's still chance for both teams to actually score here. Crisis, this is going down in the second match of the semi-final.
Yeah, massive joust right up just below the roof of the stadium between the blue and orange boys. And the pressure is on the orange zone after that. 10 seconds going. Desperate defense there from Orion. Gets the halo. That's all that he needed to do to keep the ball away. They'll go to a golden goal situation in just a moment. The pressure Bizer still on Jam Gaming, because remember, they are 1-0 down in the series. Valiant eSports are 1 point away from getting themselves back into a grand final. There is a shot from the boys, and it is defended well by Jam Gaming.
Meeville has a shot, but it's a bit wide of the post. Gets pushed back out from Jam. The ditch man, Orion, will do a little bit of aerial work. and missed the ball completely. It's going back down. That's a shot on goal. It's a little bit, Sifo. Lovely defense. Graphite almost getting it back in the goal for his team. So Valiant eSports, all the pressure coming from them as Jam Gaming settle in back in the defensive zone for the Blue Boys. They'll get it back out as we do go back and forth. This is the tight one. That's a shot on goal. Hits the post. Holy.
Well, I don't know what happened there. Sifo was completely stymied by the ball there. It was almost as though he didn't even react. And luckily for him, the ball hit the post. Maybe he knew it was going to be there. This is a chance by Orion. Not enough power, and it's beautifully defended in the end. The ball sitting up in the blue zone. Orion trying to get control of it. Nice little jockeying in the mid lane there, but it's carried over by Nugget. The ball sitting down. Up goes Schmiebel. He's overcooked it, and the defense from Dig is sure. It is still overtime, ladies and gentlemen. Still 3-all. We're looking for a golden point from one of these teams to break the deadlock. And now it is the boys from Jam who have the opportunity. Get the ball up into the air. And it goes bigging. They don't put it away.
No, they don't. Schmiebel will put it down into his attacking corner. Up aerial ball. Sifo will go, and so is Orion. Dangerous for the boys of Jam Gaming who don't get down and reset. The last boost coming from Sifo will clear it to his corner. Back over. Graphite will say, no thank you, I'm sending it up for my boys. As we drop to the corner, it goes centralized. Oh, this is tough, Grice. It's really tough. I'm seeing a lot of remnants of last week's grand final in this match.
Yeah, Sifo tries to get a bit of a solo effort going on. Eventually gets the ball into the midfield for Orion. Orion flies up. And I don't think that was style points. I think that was just trying to get his car into the right position. But it wasn't good enough to get the goal away. And that might be a costly mistake. Orion, again, misses the ball as it flies over. The ball bouncing off. He has an opportunity. It goes begging because of great defense from Schmiebel. Even though they've got a goal in hand, Bizer, they are not going to give up this second game easily. They know that their golden point could be theirs, and the berth in the grand final would be theirs as a result.
Yeah, it's that tough time. The boys from Jam Gaming need to get this. They're going to have a chance of going to the grand final. Valiant eSports putting all the pressure on. It's back in the defensive half, sitting in front of the goal. No one there for Jam Gaming to attack it, so it gets pushed out by Graphite, and he settles to clear off to the side. Dig waiting for it for the boys. So goalies are absolutely having a field day at the moment. They're absolutely loving the saves.
Orion working so hard, flies through to try and finalize that attempt on goals and put it away. But it is defended out yet again. They're just not getting the angle. And when they do get the angle, the defense is so very, very good from their opponents, Valiant eSports. Schmiebel gets himself demoed by Orion. The ball sitting up at the moment. Nice little touch there. Reverse bicycle from Jam. Orion to clear the ball away, or to keep the ball away from his goal face. And now Sifo carrying it up. There are two defenders. Nugget in the goal post. Graphite 47 in the corner, keeping the ball away from that Valiant eSports goal line and preventing the golden goal from going to Jam. What a long period of play, Bizer, and no goals whatsoever.
As you say that, the ball's heading to the goal. Oh, Valiant eSports doing well just to get rid of that. Orion will push it back over, but it's just a switch ball and not dangerous in the center. And he will go back and make it dangerous, but nothing happening. Boys, Crisis, I think this is the longest overtime period I've seen in the history of the big ones.
Yeah, I would say so. We had a pretty long overtime the other day during the Plantronic qualifiers, but certainly not in the big one. It has not gone so far. Oh, that was a desperate defense. How did he save that? Jam Orion in exactly the right spot. He was the last man standing, and the aerials from the shots on goals are being defended so well, and you get the feeling, Bizer, that one of these teams is going to have to start playing the man instead of the ball, because the defense is too good. They've got to clear the goals by taking on the cars themselves instead of just taking shots.
Yeah, you're right about that. Schmiebel will clear it out for his boys and have a shot. What we're seeing, Crisis, is a typical hit back and forth, rebounding and the boys getting back for the goalie. So defense is really, really tight, but we're not seeing great attacking strategies hovering over the ball.
Well, I think what's happening is, from Jam's perspective anyway, as we go into the long view, is I think they're giving it up to Jam to Ryan and saying, look, mate, you are our striker. You've got to set things up. And it's very rare that you have that situation you see right now with Didge all the way forward. It's generally just Orion going up against two. And just as I say that, the rotation happens and Sifo is now the one who's attacking. So maybe I shouldn't call what the strategies are because they're changing so rapidly as these two teams desperately try to break the deadlock. For Jam Gaming, they want to get themselves into a bad situation. Oh, Graphite 47 finally comes through and picks up the golden point. We're following Didge, and Didge tried to get the clear out, but not able to do it. Biza, and the ball sitting up there for Graphite 47 to put it away.
Unlucky for a Didge of Jam Gaming. He was in the wrong spot, and unfortunately that ball hit him, bounced in front of the goal, and it was too easy for Valiant for that. And you know what? That just happens when you have a really long period of overtime. You get stressed, you get fatigued, and then you forget to do that boost, or you forget to move that way, and that's what happens. Bad luck to Jam Gaming. That will end their victory streak throughout the big ones, Crisis.
Yeah.
And Valiant eSports will progress through.
Yeah, fantastic work there. Valiant will be very, very pleased because they would have had a little bit of a... they would have had a little conversation having slid down one place in the power rankings because of Jam Gaming's great play. So they're getting themselves a little bit of honor back there. Schmeevel,
who's a player today,
with no goals but 6 saves in that game, beat out in terms of points the goal scorers, despite not scoring any goals himself. I would like to propose Schmeevel as the MVP of that game.
I'm going to have to go the other way. The Nugget, for me, he was dangerous, dominant. His aerial was crazy. It's nice to see fresh blood coming through and guys doing so well in these really top-notch games. So, I don't know, mate. We might have to put it up to Twitch to decide whether you want Schmeevel or Nugget for the MVP of this match. Oh,
hey, you won't get a huge argument from me. I'm happy for it to go the way of Nugget. He's the new boy. Let's give him a shot at the glory. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was a fantastic match between two very closely matched teams, Valiant eSports and Jam Gaming. Unfortunately for Jam, their beautiful run of unbeaten play gets turned over by Valiant eSports. So congratulations to Valiant eSports. They're going to make it through to the grand final. And if I have a quick look at how things are going in the brackets, Sequential Gaming are the other grand finalists. They took out Team Molotov 2-1. So Molotov doing great work picking up a game there off of Sequential Gaming. But we will be back, ladies and gentlemen, in just a couple of minutes with the grand final of tonight's big one between Sequential Gaming and Valiant eSports. This is Crisis and Biza signing out.